Well, there's some more drama with Vanessa Bryant's mother. I mean, this is utterly sad. I mean, Vanessa lost her husband and her daughter just earlier this year. And Kobe haven't even been dead a year yet. And this mother of hers has been like a thorn in her side trying to get her to take care of her with Kobe's money. It is crazy. So ever since Kobe died, this woman has been acting a straight fool. And it's just been enough. Well, recently, Vanessa came out to talk about this again because the mother ended up filing a lawsuit against Vanessa because she says that she's demanding $5 million in this lawsuit, a house of her own, and a Mercedes SUV for herself. Last time I checked, Kobe Bryant was married to that woman and he had no kids with her. So why is she requesting all of this? So Vanessa Bryant, she took to Instagram and she says, my mother is continuing to try and find ways to extort a financial windfall from our family. I have supported her for nearly 20 years. And she was never my or Kobe's personal assistant, nor was she a nanny. I have always been a stay-at-home mother, and my husband and I were our daughter's full-time caregiver. Say for nearly 2 decades, you arranged for my mother to live in our nearby properties at no cost to her because she had claimed that she didn't have any money to buy her own home after her divorce. Continuing, she said, my husband and I felt it was best for her not to live in our home. She watched our girls from time to time, just like most grandparents do. He said she did not take care of business issues or expenses. She was a grandmother who was supported by me and her son-in-law. He said at my request. He said she now wants to back charge me $96 per hour for supposedly working 12 hours a day for 18 years for watching her grandchildren. In reality, she only occasionally babysat my older girls when they were toddlers. As of 10 years ago, our kids were full-time students and athletes, and I didn't have another child until 2016. You see, her claims are obviously false, but I still tried repeatedly to work things out with my mother. Contrary to what she's saying, I haven't left my children's side since the accident except to visit the cemetery to make arrangements. Earlier this year, I was looking for a new home for her, and a week later, she went on television and gave an interview disparaging our family and making false accusations while living rent-free in a gated apartment complex in Newport Coast. Even after that betrayal, I was willing to provide my mother with monthly support for the rest of her life, and that wasn't good enough. She instead contacted me through intermediaries, you say contrary to what she claims, my phone number hasn't changed, and demanded $5 million, a house, and a Mercedes SUV. Boy, she don't want to be modest at all, do she? So she said, because I did not give in to her hurtful threats and monetary requests, she has spiraled out of control and is making false and absurd claims. Says she is now trying to get more money than my husband and I ever spent to provide for her when he was alive. He says she has no regard for how this is affecting my children and me. That she wants to live off my daughters and me for the rest of her life while continuing to collect monthly alimony from her ex-husband since 2004. And saying my husband and I have never discouraged or kept her from providing for herself. He said this lawsuit is frivolous, disgraceful, and unimaginable hurtful. He said my husband never promised my mother anything. And saying he would be so disappointed in her behavior and lack of empathy. So this is what Vanessa Bryant put about her mother. But see, I'm a lot different. Because first and foremost, I wouldn't give her no money. For the fact is, you get money from an alimony from 2004. You got to be a fool and a half to get married in the state of California. Because do you know in the state of California, if you married 10 years, that alimony will continue until she decides to get married? And so imagine that, fellas. You on the hook for alimony basically for the rest of her life if she chooses not to get married. That is crazy. That is utterly crazy. So like I said, you're dumb. I'm just saying you're dumb to get married in the state of California. Men, wherever you come from, don't do it. Another thing, I don't know why Kobe even entertained that. I would have told Vanessa, said, look, Vanessa, I know we got, but I work for that. Okay. Your mama, she getting money, since 2004 from her ex-husband. Okay. It's not my responsibility to take care of her. And how I feel about that is this. I don't believe a parent should be a burden to a child. I don't care how rich the child get. If the child wants to give you money because they got it now, cool. Because that's a relationship that y'all had, and they respect you and what you did for them. But for you to come to your child and demand money and say you need to take care of me the rest of my life, hell no. Hell no. Forget that. You should have got your money right. And like I said, listen, for instance, I'm the kid. You supposed to be taking care of me or something. I'm supposed to be taking care of you now, especially when you walking around on your own, you're doing good. Now, if you at a point that you can't do for yourself anymore, you up in age, that's one thing. But if she had the right relationship with her daughter, because from what she said, is she still let her get away with doing a lot of things and still wanted to take care of her. Who charges their child $96 a freaking hour for children? And that's what you put in the lawsuit, that you didn't get paid over 18 years, $96 an hour. Really? Listen, if I was Vanessa, that woman ain't not going to stop. I know how I am. I'm the type, I remove myself from the situation, right? I would you find me some spot I want to be in way away from her. Way away. It's either another state or it could be a whole different country. I can go to the Caribbean. I can go to the continent of Africa. I'll be somewhere, knowing me. I'm getting away from all you. I don't want to, listen, if you're going to come over there and ask me for anything, you're going to have to take a long plane ride to come see me. You get what I'm saying? Because some people you just need to socially distance from. And I've been believing in social distancing way before Corona. And I think Vanessa needs to socially distance from her mother, love her from afar, way far away. Make sure at least 1,000 miles is in between y'all. The only way she can reach you through a telephone, Zoom, text, or whatever else. Because one thing I don't play with, see, the moment she would have went to the media and pulled that stunt, I'd have been done with her right then and there. I said, look, I would go back and forth with you on a whole lot of things as family, but the moment you go put everybody else in family business and you sitting up here going to the media and trashing and lying on me, oh no, we done. We done. Like I said, don't ask me for nothing. I don't care what you got going on. You made your decision to betray me. When a person betray me and how I am, if you betray me, you're done. I don't want to hear nothing from you no more. Ain't no apologies you could tell me. I'm done with you when you betray me. That's how I feel, because I go a long way with people. I have long suffering with people. But if you decide to betray me, that's it. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I'm not going to say a word about you. Nothing. I just wash my hands. And I think Vanessa, if you see this video, you need to, I know it's your mother, but you need to wash your hands with her. She do not care about you. And she do not care about your children at all. Because she actually cared about you and cared about your children. She'd be there to console you and console her grandchildren. Not to be looking at how much money she can get out of you and the kids. I'm just saying, snakes is a snake. It don't matter if they're your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your whoever else. A snake is a snake. And you need to have yourself around real people. I'd rather have people around me that cares about me and they just a friend or someone else, of the family, than somebody that's blood and trying to do what this, woman is doing. Forget that. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation with Vanessa Bryant and her mother. And her mother's not going to stop no time soon. Like I said, she needs to really socially distance from her mother. Minimum 1,000 miles need to be in between them.